in this section, we will be building multiple trading strategies utilizing some of our past metrics, such as RSI, MACD, and stochastics that we calculated in the last section, and a new strategy that we're going to call our 3 EMA or 3 exponential moving average strategy, which will utilize, more simplistic calculations and that we can build into a standard notebook. We're going to take a few of these examples to kind of show you and give you an idea of how one might take indicators, combine them into a certain data frame, and then utilize that information for buying opportunities, so that you've got multiple things that confirm themselves for medium to long-term trading, such as what we get into with momentum strategy, or for short to medium-term trades, things that you might see more with that EMA strategy, where people look for crossovers or quick price fluctuations that might dip below those certain averages. And then lastly, we'll also look at this information when it comes to options. I'll discuss a little bit about options. I'm not going to get too deep into it. I might recommend a course actually for you guys to go learn a little bit more about options, things that I've found helpful when I've been learning in this, learning how to apply these to potential options plays. So some things I would say for this section is to remember to always have a plan, right? Don't take these out and just go and think they're going to do anything for you in the trading world. Stocks trade differently depending on the sector, depending on the day, depending on what comes out from the Fed and said in a day, right? So these strategies are things that are just examples, but to remember to always have a plan, and that market conditions can change in an instant, and they can make your strategy null and void. So always have multiple, always have a plan, always understand your entry and exits, even when you've got something like this defining it for you. And just remember, always test on a paper account. Do not take one of these strategies, think it's bulletproof, and then go trying it with real money. So successful completion of this section would allow users to confidently reference a notebook for outside functions. So in this, we're going to add a little bit of a different flavor. We're not going to pull everything into one notebook. We're going to actually bounce back and forth between notebooks and allow you to learn how to call functions, so that you can create things based upon our notebooks that I'm going to give you in this course, and potentially add your own things to it and be able to reference those and get good practice in. You'll also should also be able to reference multiple indicators for a multi-dimensional data frame. So instead of just appending one column as we did in the previous section, we're going to be able to append multiple columns, and then from there we're going to create entry analyzers that will allow you to put your own flavor to things like the RSI, the MACD, even their rates of change, to allow you to say when you would be comfortable entering or exiting a trade. And then lastly, as we go through this and we learn, I'd really want for the users in this section to take their time, go to these notebooks, duplicate them, practice, and put your own strategies in here. Try to get really familiar with this piece before we jump into some more of the advanced stuff, where we're going to build out graphics and put it into your own personal assistant. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump over to our first trading strategy.